Hello. Today I'm here just as a spectator on the 4th of July. I can't say happy 4th of July because it's not a happy 4th of July. But what I want to know is, why does it take 15 to 20 ICE agents, heavily armed, to pick up people, not immigrants, not just human beings, doing their job all over this country, and they have to be so violent about it that they have to beat people? The other question I have is, if they take 15 to 20 of them to go after a healthcare provider or somebody that works in a nursing home, mostly women in men that work construction and things of that, why does it take 15 or 20 of them? How many is it going to take to go after the gang members? And a better question is, where are the gang members? Why ain't they going after ICE for attacking their people? Because that's what usually happens when people are being exterminated. And that's what's happening now with the Latino community. They're being exterminated from the United States of America under Donald Trump. So, I grew up in a really bad neighborhood. It was one of the worst in Danbury, Connecticut. It was just a housing complex of 90. And I know what it's like to have cops come rolling in cars and throwing you against your car because they're in for one person, but it takes 4 or 5 different carloads, 4 to 5 cops per car, to come in and arrest that one person. This was back in the 70s. I know what it's like. I was in a traffic stop, and I pulled up behind this Volkswagen. I had no idea who was in the Volkswagen. I found out later when she put it in reverse and backed into my car, and then got out and started screaming that I hit her and everything. And the police came, and one of the officers recognized me from the projects. Never mind, I didn't live there anymore, but because I was from the projects, he called for backup, and next thing I know, I'm standing there in a pair of Speedo shorts, pair of flip-flops, no shirt. You could tell I had not even a pocket knife on me. And I've got 5 guns pointed at me because I was from the projects. And I damn near went to jail for this. And if it wasn't for the guy in Subway who was looking out the window and saw what happened, I would have went to jail. But because he verified that the girl backed into me, and she was an old girlfriend of mine, and she was just looking to do me harm. I am now almost 70 years old. I have never been arrested, even though I came from that big bad project. But we always stuck up for each other. It made no difference what color we were. When we were together, we were together. And that's the difference from now. This is so racial that I don't know. It's very disgusting. So if anybody could answer any of my questions, I would appreciate it. I usually do a show, Consider This, with Charles Lake, and it has to do about the plastics that we eat off of and that we have in our body that causes all kinds of health issues. But today, the 4th of July, I would like to know why people aren't sticking up for each other, especially the gangs. Why aren't you protecting your people? I'm not calling for violence, but the violence is already there, and it's coming from our government. These people are beating the hell out of your people, the Latino people. So, please, if anybody can tell me why, please do. So, I want to thank you for listening to me, and please protect each other. We have a lot of people out there that are being abused, and we already have enough people being taken off their job and everything, and they don't really care that they don't pay, that they actually, the Latinos pay more taxes than the asshole in the White House. The pompous ass, as I call them, since the mid to late 1970s, when I used to run into him all the time in New York City. He's a disgrace to our country. He's a disgrace to the human race. Please. I would say have a good day, but it's going to be a lousy 4th of July. Thank you for listening.